back at 406 Garage. But we're still not taking home the cab over. But we have the tilt trailer hooked up today because we have this thing on here now. But I can still pull the gooseneck because I'm gonna make this come on and off quick. And the other difference today, I have tried everything for sound on this stupid GoPro camera. I've tried the media mod, which is right here. I've tried this super fancy bi-directional shotgun mic, normal shotgun mics, wireless mics, and no matter what, the sound sucks and people complain and all that. So you know what I'm doing? I'm forgetting all that. I'm just going back to the plain, simple, little tiny GoPro all by itself, and we'll see how it does on this video. But if you have any suggestions for an actual microphone that works and doesn't turn this little tiny camera into this big monster thing that I don't want to carry around, let me know, because it'd be really appreciated. Hey Ben, you got your truck back.
Yeah, it's all fixed.
Now,
all the warranty stuff's done.
now we kind of match.
Yeah, we're back on black, except you have the big white topper.
We'll go put your camper on the back. Then we'll really match.
No, it won't work. Well, I guess it could make it.
It would totally work. We can make it work. You have a forklift.
Yeah. I even got the hood shut and open again.
The 20 bucks at the car wash and it cleaned right up. And all the tires held air?
Yeah, they're all holding there.
Why didn't we do that first?
Seemed like that was the, you know, guy likes to do the right thing, load it the hardest way possible, then get it home, then figure out that everything's okay.
Yeah, it's actually cleaned up really nice.
Hey, you can see all the original paint. And,
well, now we just gotta go get 2 more.
Yeah. 2 more that don't run, and maybe we'll air up the tires. I don't know.
No, we're just gonna drag them on. I brought my Harbor Freight winch again, so we don't gotta worry about airing up tires.
Yeah. This episode sponsored by Harbor Freight, not.
No. Maybe one day.
Not today.
What is this?
When you fold the windshield down, you latch it right here as the window folds down.
Oh, that's the latch. Oh, okay.
That's what latches to there.
Well,
so
that's
you take
fancy.
the top off, even though it's a pickup truck and it's convertible, then you can fold the windshield down and you have like
Do that
no
again.
glass. That's the cinematic. That's the cinematic.
Alright, we are headed out of here back to the 150-year-old ranch to go grab the other 2 international trucks that Ben bought. They're both single cab 4-wheel drive pickups. He'll pull one back, I'll pull the other. And I think that's all that we're taking out of there, so Ben will clean them up and go through them and get a couple of them running and back on the road again and save a few more internationals. But first, gourmet meal for the road. Okay, now that we got our sustenance for the day, we're going to head up over the mountain where it looks like it is going to be an absolute skating rink of ice and snow, so that'll be fun. As I was expecting. When I looked at Trip Check this morning, this was all just a solid sheet of snow and ice through here, but it's melting off pretty quick. We took our sweet time, started a little later, went to McDonald's, all that stuff to try to give this time to melt, and it looked like it melted off pretty good. And then on the way back over and we're loaded, that should put us right in 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock peak of the day when this is at its driest. So not bad at all. Okay, now we are on a sheet of ice. So this is super slick in this shady spot. Of course, it's downhill around corners and it is ice. So, but they got cinders on the road pretty good, so not bad. Oh, and if you're wondering why these poles over here on the side of the road are so tall, it's because that's how high the snow drifts get. Alright, let's go. wasn't too bad at all. And that trip check I mentioned, that is Oregon DOT's website. It's just tripcheck.com, and it gives you all the current conditions of every highway in the state. And Oregon's real good about having a whole bunch of traffic cameras all over the place. So you can go on Trip Check and click on any camera you want and watch it in real time. So this morning we were able to look and be like, yep, the pass is a solid sheet of ice, and yep, oh, it looks like it's melting off. And then finally, all right, it should be good to go now. Like, we would have made it over either way, just much better to make it over when it's not all icy. And we are back. Got to get our other two trucks loaded up. Hopefully it didn't rain too much over here in that field, get turned all muddy, but we'll find that out here real quick, I guess. So since we don't know how muddy this got out here with the last rain, the proper thing to do is just take both trucks straight out into it at once and see what happens. And no, I am not buying that cab over either.
Another one ahead, so I'm gonna have to like pull in, back up, pull in, because I'm too long.
Oh, you're already making excuses for why it's going to take 15 backups?
7. I'm gonna go with 7.
I will say, it was a heck of a lot easier to make that turn around the pump house with this trailer than the gooseneck.
Well, yeah, the gooseneck wants to grab and
Is that what it does?
Yeah.
Wow, our trucks are a mess.
Yeah, that road was awful. She asked me, she's like, how was the pass? I was like, a little slippery.
You're like, oh, I don't know, it wasn't too bad. So you're gonna pull up, back in, turn around?
To here, and then I'll turn back and then hook up to this.
Okay.
And after the comments in the comment section, I'm gonna grab the air cleaner that says Ford on it because it goes with that motor.
Yeah, thank you guys. See, I knew they were smarter than us.
That actually goes with that truck, that engine. So, from what I gather from what everyone wrote, sorry, I just heard a mouse in there.
Well, bring it home.
My dog will eat it. So, from what everyone wrote, I gather that truck is a 6.9 IDI with a ZF 5-speed. That's what I gather.
Yeah, our trucks got trashed. That's okay, that's what they're for. So I do not have a hammer because I took everything out of my truck when I went to go get that camper shell. But I have my gooseneck hitch.
Okay.
It's gonna work.
I like your vote of confidence. Let me have that. I was a body man in my former life. Kinda?
Let me get past that bottom part. Just pull out and then, oh, now hit it. What's it catching on?
Well, this is slotted but not doing its job.
Oh, to slide up.
If you look at that one over there, see how it's slotted differently?
Yep.
So this, and it's bent severely.
We're gonna ratchet strap up another tailgate.
Well, we're gonna turn this first. Why doesn't that want? All right.
Is that like AstroTurf in the back, or is it moss growing?
Yes. How do we open the trunk? Key. You need to investigate. Nope.
Who locks the door?
Only that side. Look, there's grass growing out of this trim.
How am I supposed to get in there? Oop.
No. Creatively.
Alright. Seeing how it's different heights,
And there's moss all around this window and this window and this window.
I'm gonna go with that's moss growing in there.
I think it's moss in the back, but it looks like AstroTurf. I'm with you. Look at the cast aluminum or whatever they are wheels.
Magnesium.
Magnesium. Ooh, that would make for a good fire.
Yeah.
Bonfire galore. And then, when's the last time you saw one of these? This is a gremlin. It's a Gremmy.
Oh.
And it's got grass growing
Here's
out of the
the
Bondo.
You need to.
This is a Gremmy, and that's a Pinto. Like
These three right here.
3 cars right here. I have not seen any of these on the road or at a junkyard or at a wrecking anywhere in 20 years. These are incredible.
They need to mow their gremlin.
Yeah, I think they need a little landscape. But dude, so cool. This guy saved some interesting stuff. More moss, more grass.
Look how narrow that car is on the inside.
And the rust started eating it so badly, it went poof, and it popped from the inside out. Look at that. It literally popped the skin of the deck lid up. It didn't get rear-ended, which, you know, these are famous for touching. They call them touch and blow, yeah, because the fuel tank's right there.
Drove the wheels right off of it. With a truck that long, why do you even need a trailer? So I guess he's gonna back in there to turn around and then get backed up to that one, and then I'm gonna hook up to that one. We gotta watch close so we can make fun of him for taking 10 tries. That should work. I did get it on camera just from long range. That'll work. Don't get your gloves dirty.
Shush.
Look at that.
Professional. That's not a weed. That's a piece of wire. That's baling wire.
Is this the antenna?
No, that is. It was holding something on. That's where that goes. They're totally worth saving. I think a lot of people would think they're not. But they're actually really complete and really solid. And this is a... It doesn't have air, but it's automatic power steering, power brakes, disc brakes, deluxe interior, gun rack. This is a really good pickup, actually.
Well, let's really load it up on the trailer.
Well, I'm getting there. You gotta push the buttons and pull the switches and do the thing.
I still say that's cheating.
Totally, 100%. I will take it every day of the week and twice on Sundays. I will take that criticism always.
How come you always pick the one that isn't buried in the weeds?
She's trimming the weeds right now.
Oh, that's very nice of her.
You should thank her. She's cutting all the blackberries out for you because you're such a whiner.
I will.
Will you make sure that's in neutral? Automatic.
Here we go with that have to be in neutral to load a truck thing.
Not everybody has a fancy Harbor Freight winch like you. I'm running the 25-year-old Warren 12,000 that's never been rebuilt and still works perfect. Lots of drivers. Jump off when it needs to go passenger again.
Oh, it's totally gonna fit. Oh, your camper thing's gonna hit.
Huh?
The camper thing's gonna hit.
Cut off wheel?
No, I left that at home again.
Twice you're failing me.
I thought these were gonna be the easy ones, so we just load up and go.
Easy ones, but you know, never say never. Is there a camper thing on the other side?
No.
It's actually bolted to the underside of the frame. Do you have your Milwaukee drill?
Yeah. Got it. You come with me. Do you want to scoot that back end over to the side?
Well, I don't really know how we're going to do that.
I'll show you. It's a tow truck driver trick.
Okay, show me.
Okay, you ready for learning time?
Yeah, show me what you're saying.
All right.
And
when you need to scoot the whole back end of the truck over, it also works on the front end too.
Yeah, you take the
chain from one back corner and run it to the opposite side you need to pull over. Make sure it's at a bit of an angle.
Doesn't matter if the tires are flat.
Nope. Now when you winch it forward, this chain's going to swing in an arc, which is going to pull the back end of this thing over and center it on the trailer.
Do you have to do the steering wheel at the same time?
Nope. Hook and pull.
Because it's trying to steer the truck.
We'll see if you can turn the front over to the passenger
I
side.
already turned as far as my fat arm will do it.
Okay. The front end is still way off that way, but now the back end is way off that way, so it's like centered at an angle.
So the back end is balanced off to that side and the front end's balanced off to this side. And
so weight wise, you're probably pretty center. And another key thing to this I didn't mention is always use a binder in your connection, because that's the only way you're gonna be able to get the chain back off. Otherwise, when you do that, it's so tight and this won't roll backwards, so you'd never get the chain off. So what we probably should have done, since the whole truck was off to one side and we couldn't really steer, is to do that on the back axle and the front axle. And then when we winched it, the whole truck would have scooted straight sideways. But this will work. What's your shirt say? Perfect. Yeah, if you don't use a binder, you'll never be able to get the chain back off. But if you're just going to tie it down all cross-chained, you already have one of your chains there. But this is my chain, so. Did you see that?
You gonna leave that one there though?
No, you're gonna carry it back for me.
Okay.
Did you see that cool little flip and unhook the chain and take it off?
Yeah, that was like athletic.
That's years of experience coming in right there.
So all of last year?
Yeah. To be years, it only has to be slightly more than one.
Right. 13 months counts as years.
Correct. So check it out. I have a power tilt deck too. Here, don't let your dirty gloves get my clean camera.
Shut up.
My husband was pretty impressed with your winch setup.
Yeah, we learned a long time ago, work smarter, not harder.
Yep.
I did the like come along with just the hand deal for years. Like that's how you have to go to the chiropractor every week. I think that one has air in all 4 tires. Maybe only 3 pounds, but I knew I'd get you driving a corn binder someday.
One day. Hey, my rollback wasn't international.
Yeah, that you had for 2.2 minutes.
And my medium duty truck wasn't international.
And was Smurf from Papa Smurf International?
No, that was a Volvo.
And your passenger side rear tire is almost off the edge because you don't have full width deck.
I can fix that. I can fix all of these issues.
I know. I just wanted you to be vestly aware. I don't think that's a word actually, never mind. Hey look, you pulled the weeds for her, that was so nice.
Yeah. We do landscaping service as well.
I see that. There's a lot of noise coming from underneath there.
Well, I don't have all the fancy D-rings like you do, so I gotta think a little harder about how
There's
to
a
do
D-ring on each corner, that's exactly what I have.
this. Yeah, but I don't have a spot at the back to pull from.
Yep.
So I'm gonna do something else. I'm gonna put this binder in those center light holes, because light holes are the perfect place to pull from.
Right. I mean, they do serve more than one purpose.
It's totally what they were meant for.
That's what they're meant for today.
Yes. Okay. Coming out.
Where's that remote at?
It's up there. Let me see. Okay. So that tire is about to fall off the edge, but I got my chain over there that's going to pull it sideways. So the remote, oh, the remote died. It's been too long. There we go. Let's see if it pulls it back up on the trailer. Look at that. Tow truck tricks. See how slick that works?
I have to admit, on camera, that's pretty trick.
Yeah, fancy.
I'm actually very impressed.
Thank you.
You want this?
No. I need both hands to turn. Okay. Do what you can do.
How far up do you want it?
All the way. We have a problem.
Uh-oh, that's a big problem.
So
We'll film that. It fell off the side of the trailer.
So remember, I'm a professional.
Yeah, the back you did amazing.
Yeah, I did a super amazing. Remember that backhoe she mentioned?
Yeah. Yeah. Want to just turn your truck off now so we can stop sucking exhaust, and we'll just go get the backhoe?
Whoops. Yeah, this was supposed to be the easy one.
Yeah, because all the tires had 3 psi.
All the tires have some sort of air. There's no engine in the front.
Yeah, it doesn't weigh. It weighs 1,000 pounds less than all the rest of them.
Well, good thing, because now we have to pick it up.
Yeah. You're driving the backhoe because you're heavy equipment on.
Oh, okay. So Ben is getting out of the way so I can take the backhoe over there and pick the truck back up.
What the weirdest part about this towing home is going to be? It's going to look like in the rearview mirror that truck on my trailer is dog tracking.
Because it is.
But the trailer's not.
No,
So it's going to mess with my brain all the way home.
I'm okay with that.
I know you are. Okay, so now the easy one that Casey was loading that had air in the tires. Yeah. That's what we have to load it with. It's camera shy.
That is.
Casey's going back to his roots. Former equipment operator, heavy haul truck guy. He pretty much does all of it. I think either one of us could have figured this out, but he's definitely more qualified for the job. And since he screwed that up, we'll let him fix it with this. Supposed to be nice and easy. Never is. This is the part that nobody ever thinks about when you buy old vehicles. What it takes to actually get them bought, get them loaded, and get them home. Never mind getting them running and everything else. It's just getting them out of the place where they live. I mean, holy moly. I think it's the hook under that front bumper hook.
He really trusts me. Oh, I could so dump that water right on his head right now. You want to hold this so I can use my hands?
No, but I will. Yeah, might actually go on a skosh too far. Why don't you go out and up so the front goes over a little? Perfect. Okay, factory IH bumper and hook. That did the trick. What?
You don't know how messed up that is on a case backhoe.
Hey, you think you want to put these outriggers up? I mean, it might drive, but... Big dairy cows. This is the one we didn't take. Everyone's gonna yell at us. They're probably gonna take it to the crusher, but see all the diamond plate and everything? That's all covering the rust and the rot. And the cowl, rust, rot, you can see all the way through to the floors. The motor's locked up. I know I'm gonna get a bunch of people screaming about that, but fiberglass, patching the hole, rust hole, rust hole, rusted bed, rust bed corners. Yeah, there's not a lot of love going on here. I know somebody asked about this Lodestar, but it is rusty, locked up, old school. Yeah, looks like there's some international axles right there too. Let's see. Irrigation pump. Let's see what these are. Oh yeah. Yep, that's what they are. Dana 60 right there for international. Dana 44 front axle. There's an old cart. There's another Lodestar right there. Cast iron bathtub, cast iron sink. Yeah, I love coming to places like this. There's an old arch hoist. That's for a dump bed for a grain truck. I love just all these emblems. See how cool those are? I love that stuff. Windshield's not even broke. And those cab lights, somebody wants those. Guarantee that. There's the grill. There's the motor. She's a little crusty. A little crusty. And I think somebody came by this and clipped the edge. I don't know for sure, but I'm guessing. They, you know, maybe caught the edge right there. I don't know. See, look at that. It just rolls right up on the trailer. The trailer tilts down, the chains come off, and we're done. I mean, it's just You never know what happened if we didn't film it.
I was telling him earlier, I have auto tilt on this trailer.
Yeah.
You got your fancy power, this one's automatic.
I know. You combine that with your Harbor Freight winch and you're uptown with this whole situation.
Yeah, I'm kind of a big deal.
Yeah, I know, famous big deal. Now, a lot of people won't know this, but this is actually a factory installed winch bumper that's PTO. So you could order these on these trucks back when they were new with a PTO winch bumper. It's a Ramsey winch, 8,000 pound single line pull, 16,000 on a snatch block or double line pulley. And it has a shaft that goes to the 205 transfer case. It has its own output and it has its own lever inside the cab. They were dealer installed as well as factory installed. Pretty rare. Most people think they're aftermarket when they see them, but they're actually not. They were put on at the factory or at the dealer. And most of the time they're on the line set ticket, which is the build sheet for these trucks.
Okay, we got it loaded up with no issues at all. So we're gonna go catch up to Ben and see if he's ready to go. See? I told you it'd be easy.
Yeah, it was right up until the point where we had to say, hey, where's the keys to the backhoe?
Minor details.
I mean, right up to that point, it was just,
oh yeah,
no problem.
Easy. Ben's got his loaded up and tied down. I've got mine loaded up and tied down. And if you're wondering why it is so far forward, it's because this truck doesn't have an engine in it. And this trailer, the axles are so far ahead on it, it is horribly unstable unless you have a ton of tongue weight. And with no engine, it gives me no tongue weight, so I just brought the whole thing up as far as I could. And should be good. So we are on our road trip home, and before we head over the mountain, most important stop of the day, lunch. How come this was supposed to be the quick and easy trip, and I am like 5 times as dirty as I was last time on the long hard trip?
Because you chose to do your fancy tow truck things when you're loading. It only did on one end, not 2 ends. So you created more fun and happiness for yourself.
Oh, is that what it was?
I feel like that's what happened.
Yeah, I do like the part where we were talking about experience and I showed my fancy tricks and then I drove a truck off the side of the trailer.
Literally.
Yes.
Could not be more literal.
No. Let's go get some lunch.
At the same place we were at last time.
Yeah,
it's really amazing.
It's really good. Where are we now? We're in, is this Staten?
Almsville.
So Almsville. We stopped here before we're gonna head over the mountain in the snow and fill our bellies first. Well, I'd say lunch was a success.
Good for the second time.
It was good. This is where we stopped last time. It's in Neufels in Almsville.
I give it a 10.
Try it out. It's good. Oh, and they don't sponsor me either.
Of course they don't. Nobody does. We've already established that.
Yeah.
Well, Casey left the camera at the restaurant, so the nice lady brought it out for him. He's lucky because this is expensive. It's not a brand new GoPro, but you know, it was nice of her to bring it.
Are you vlogging?
No, I was just telling them what you did.
Yeah, that was vlogging.
I didn't know that's what it was.
So, how many of you think Ben needs to start his own YouTube channel where he goes over the buying the trucks and then he can film all the stuff he does to them and the rebuilding them and doing them all up? Comment down below if Ben needs to start his own channel. Because I've been hounding him for a while, but if a whole bunch of you do too, maybe he will. All right, now you have to. They said so.
They said the internet's spoken.
Yeah. Well, are we ready to get back on the road?
Yep. Are we going out the other side of that building right there, or are we going all the way around there? Right where that guy's going?
Right where that guy's going, and then you go straight across.
Okay.
And that goes right up to the highway. Okay, we got to turn my lights from auto to on. Otherwise, when we go through all the trees through the canyon, my lights keep going on and off. Ben keeps thinking I'm trying to flag him down and pulling over. All right, so we are back up on the mountain and we're dropping down into the hole just below the main peak. Well, not the peak of the road, which is up here. And even though this isn't the highest point, this is usually the slipperiest point. And right now it's just wet road. It's 34 degrees, so it doesn't mean it's not icy though, but it seems fine right now. And this is usually the worst spot, so up on the peak should be just fine. And since I know someone's gonna ask the question, I'll just go ahead and answer it. Yes, I could have just towed this truck with the wheelless and dollies and didn't even need to bring the trailer at all. But since it was snowing up here last night and we didn't know the condition of the pass until right before we got up here this morning, I brought the trailer. That way the load would be on a trailer, much more balanced, and have brakes instead of towing it behind this truck, which pulls all the weight off my front end, puts all the weight on my rear end, really unbalanced. And then the truck I'm towing is pushing me down the hill with no brakes in the ice. So with the condition the road's in, that would have been just fine to do. But like I said, I didn't know that condition until right before we got here, so played it safe and brought the trailer. See, just like I said, get up on the peak and the road is dry. And finally, we are back kind of before dark at 406 Garage. So let's see how we're gonna get them unloaded this time. Look at him go so fast. Come here, we're back. We're back. We're back, we made it. We didn't abandon you. All right.
Try that.
Look at that.
It's like brand new.
Why didn't we bring an air compressor with us?
Oh no, I know this tow truck guy has every tool imaginable, but it just doesn't always have it in his truck.
I have an air compressor that I'm going to mount in that truck.
Woulda, coulda, shoulda.
I just
right?
haven't done it yet.
Yeah. Those tires are rad. This has no. Is the winch holding it on?
There's one chain still,
Okay.
just so it doesn't roll off the back.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Because there's no engine or anything to hold this in place.
Right.
So I figured I should leave one on in case we air up the tires, it doesn't roll off the trailer.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that sidewalk situation.
Woo! I would not put any more in there.
Stand off to the side at the very least.
I feel like when it rolls, it'll be okay.
That's sketchy.
Yeah, it is a bit.
It's coming apart. I gotta get that compressor mounted in the truck. What are you scared for?
I mean, I have kids, and my life insurance policy's not that good, you know. I don't know.
Well, that tire blows up right next to your crotch. You aren't gonna have any more kids.
Well, that's okay. I don't need any more kids, but. Oh, Lucy.
She found a sucker.
Look at that thing go.
I wish the motor was as good as the tires.
Sure.
Right, that's what I mean.
Where are we gonna put it?
Well, we can just roll it off wherever. I can move pick it up with the forklift.
Okay.
It's up to you. In a perfect world, if it's chained on,
It's got one chain, so it's not going anywhere.
I'd like it to go back by where the crew cab is.
Okay, I can do that.
Yeah, and that way you can unload it and you can just around the loop.
Deal. Here's what I should have done before we loaded it. You just reach under here,
Yeah.
pull this little thing,
Yeah.
then grab the fender
Yeah, totally the right thing.
and
to do.
move it right out of the way.
You did the right thing and didn't do anything like
I actually made that. This didn't do that before.
Probably just half those two containers and all these options all out, right? It looks like there's a chain holding it. Well, there's some baling twine too.
Yeah.
Oh, is that chain?
No, that's an exhaust cleaner, you're right. And then it's drooped over the e-brake cable right there, but that's fine. Hi! Hi! Snake them out the front.
Or just cut that e-brake hanger.
No, you don't do that. You can't buy those. I'd rather cut the exhaust pipe.
Oh.
Well then.
Okay.
Remember that thing you said we can't buy, so we didn't want to cut? It just broke off the frame.
Oh. Oh, there's
What's in there?
There's bad things inside there. Okay, so that's up there. Now, what's that? Oh, fuel line. Nice. That's great. It's doing a whole bunch of nothing.
Well, yeah, seeing as how they're moving it. You stay back here. Come here. What's that crazy guy doing, huh? Whoa. Done.
A lot of stuff inside of it.
Okay. You want to hop in it?
No, but
Okay, hop in it.
I'm just gonna steer it straight.
Right there.
Now that the tires have air in them.
Let's. Oh, I should unlock the
I
tray.
thought you said you had a hard one for the winch, there's everything.
It will push it back. Huh?
Jack unlocked?
Yeah, I just unlocked it. There it goes. Want to turn it to the passenger side a bit?
Sure.
A little more. Right there. This is not nearly as exciting as I thought. There. And your kid's skateboard ramp is still in one piece, so they won't be mad at me.
Today.
Oh, it's the Badland.
Yeah,
The baddest of the bad.
For good times.
that's
go to the
exactly what they
Badland.
are.
And this fuel right here that smells like varnish, that is no charge.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, that will.
You should have seen yesterday that Badland winch pulled that four-door crew cab diesel pickup with the rear end locked up onto my gooseneck trailer without missing a beat.
pull it,
thing?
it unearthed it.
This thing's diesel?
Yeah,
Got a 6.9
It was
IDI with
buried
ZF5. Whoa.
front axle buried into the ground, yanked it out of the ground, pulled it up on the gooseneck with the rear end locked up. And this one is just the 9K winch. The one in the front of my truck on the other receiver mount
12.
is a 12K. We didn't even use
I
that.
didn't even get onto that thing.
No. And they still don't sponsor me.
What are you doing on the trailer?
There's a lot of that in this video. And
Yeah.
the last several videos of not sponsoring.
I know.
And nobody can see us because there's no light out.
I think the light correction on this camera is so good that they'll be able to see you right now, even though when I look on the screen I can't.
Dang it.
Can't get away from it that easy.
I know. Come on.
Do you just play musical trucks in here all day?
Every day.
Because every time I walk in, there's a whole different arrangement.
It's my favorite thing to do.
It's just move trucks.
Keep you on your toes.
Yeah, exactly.
It's keep everybody guessing. All of them are wondering what this is and why that's over there and where did that
We
come from.
explained why that's over there. There's
Yeah.
been a lot of questions about that one.
So that's a long story and we don't need to do it on this video, but I will say for the next video, maybe we'll talk about it. That's my very first car. I've had that car since I was 15 and a half years old. I bought it from the original owners. It's a 74 factory full convertible K5 Blazer.
So what you're saying is not for sale.
That truck goes to my two sons. They will forever keep it, and when I'm long gone, hopefully they'll give it to their kids.
All right. Well, that is a somewhat successful mission, getting the last two home.
Yeah, the easy day.
Only one minor issue. So
Yeah, well, it's self-inflicted.
kinda. You were running the winch when that happened.
Yeah, but you were talking about your tow truck theories and all these fancy things you know how to do. And
Did it
you-
work?
On the back,
Yeah.
but you epic failed the front.
It happens.
It's fine.
So, somewhat successful. All the trucks are back here. Didn't damage the trucks. Didn't damage the trailer.
They all
Fender,
hold air and we roll them off the trailers.
fender straightened right out. So, that is going to be it for this one. I know I said it was the last time you'd see this truck like this, but now you still see it just like this because it didn't move
It's not
yet.
there yet.
Yeah,
It's going
okay.
soon.
But when that one is done, I will show it to you. So for now, that's going to be it for this one. We'll see you guys later.